Well, one of the most anticipated films of the year is, of course, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I can't remember how long ago, they put the tickets for the opening IMAX screenings on sale a year before the movie, and it sold out in hours. Doomsday thought that was Dune 3 thought that was such a good idea. They did it too. And again, sold out in hours. And so really excited to see it. Now, Christopher Nolan is one of those directors who likes to make his movies kind of long. The further along he gets into his career, it feels like the longer he likes to make his movies. But we talked about a report that came out a while ago from Christopher Nolan's partner who said, this one's going to probably be sub 3 hours. And we talked about that a little bit. But now Christopher Nolan himself has just come out and not only said explicitly, this movie will be under 3 hours, but he's also given us a reason why it's going to be under 3 hours. Now, this comes us from the folks at Gizmodo who write, speaking to the Associated Press, Christopher Nolan revealed that because The Odyssey is being shot entirely in IMAX, he is forced to make sure that the film runs under 3 hours, which was the length of his 2023 film that won Best Picture, of course. And one of the things that really, this is Christopher Nolan speaking, one of the things that's really important to me is to be showing the film wherever possible on IMAX film, projecting the format, because we shot the entire movie on IMAX film, and the longest we've ever been able to get onto the IMAX projector is 3 hours, Nolan said. So we know it's less than 3 hours. I can say the film is shorter than Oppenheimer. It's still an epic. It's an epic film as the subject matter demands, but it is shorter. So, when we were talking before about Nolan's partner mentioning it's probably going to be under 3 hours, we were just like, oh, okay. I mean, that's a different direction for him, but maybe, there was some pressure to keep it a little bit shorter. But then again, maybe that's just how his story worked out. Every story has a runtime that's right for it. Longer is not better. Shorter is not better. Every movie and every story has a runtime, whether it's 90 minutes or 180 minutes. That's the perfect runtime for it. And we thought maybe that's it. But it sounded here like there was actually a technical reason. I want this on IMAX spools. IMAX spools can't handle more than 3 hours. So that's it. I have to make... And Rob, this is the first time I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened, but it's the first time I can recall of ever hearing a filmmaker limiting themselves or giving themselves, bridges based on some technical issues that they have to follow. So it's like hell or high water. I can't make this longer than 3 hours because the IMAX projector can't handle it.
And it's a physical
limitation, not a philosophical one.
Right.
And again, I'm sure that's happened before. I just can't recall ever hearing about that. So anyway, Rob, you hear about this. What stands out to you? What's interesting to you in this?
Well, I think, first of all, it's just amazing. I'm thinking, how did they make that experimentation? Did they do let's try 3 hours and 5 minutes. Let's try 3 hours and 4 minutes. But I think that the Odyssey by definition is more of an action-packed, it's a different kind of a movie. So I would imagine that its shorter runtime doesn't make any difference to the fact that it feels like an epic. It feels like an epic when you watch the trailer. It's got that real feel to it. And
I can't remember if I asked you, have you seen that Trojan Horse prelude?
Oh yeah. The long IMAX trailer.
Yeah. That enough is like...
And it moves so quickly that I would imagine that I would think that this movie, maybe breakneck is not the word, but it's going to have that kind of a pace to it. It's because it's essentially, it's an action film, kind of. I mean, it's an action quest, adventure, journey film. So I would imagine that it's probably going to move along at quite a nice clip. So it doesn't surprise me this is less than 3 hours. I mean, but I'll tell you one thing. The more I see of this movie, the more I want to see it, all of it. Get it in my belly.
I'm telling you what, man. Between the Trojan Horse sequence and the opening 8 minutes of Dune 3 that they showed us at CinemaCon, guys, we are eating good this year. And that's not even to mention Spider-Man or Doomsday or just between that Trojan Horse sequence that they put out for Odyssey and the first 8 minutes, which I don't know if they'll release that publicly or not at some point, but if they do, oh my God. Like between these two movies, I think these are the two best picture frontrunners right here. I think it's the Odyssey, and I think it's
well, I just like the
Dune 3.
You know, John, my favorite word, verisimilitude. Nothing embodies what my idea of verisimilitude is more than Denis Villeneuve's Dune films, when he's made total epic science fiction look real. And that opening of Dune was hella real, my friends. I mean, that was I was slack-jawed watching that. Just like, I think the whole audience was stunned into silence.
We were stunned. The whole audience, this is the way I described it to a buddy of mine. I felt like everybody in the audience watching it had paralysis. Like, just, you're watching this and I think I realized about 6.5 minutes into the 8 minutes that I hadn't moved in 6.5 or 8 minutes. Dude. Like, not a muscle. Like, oh my God.
It's just those rail guns. And I mean, we're seeing things presented in a way we've never seen before. You know, when you look at CG, futuristic sci-fi cityscapes, they look like CG sci-fi futuristic cityscapes. This shit
even the good ones.
Yeah, even the good ones. This stuff looks like they went on, again, for the third time. They went on location. Now, this scene we saw did not take place on Arrakis. It was on a different planet,
world,
whoever they were attacking. And I was just like, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I know we've said it before, but can we just appreciate for a second that this year we are getting films from Steven Spielberg, Denis Villeneuve, and Christopher Nolan all in the same year. How crazy is that?
And my favorite thing is when Christopher Nolan said, I'm glad I don't have to follow Steven Spielberg.
Oh, dude, that what he's talking about is at CinemaCon. They were doing the Universal presentation, and they kicked it off with, well, didn't kick it off with, but right near the beginning, Christopher Nolan comes out. And we all knew they were going to talk about Disclosure Day, and we had heard whispers that Steven Spielberg was there. But Christopher Nolan comes out and he says, yeah, I'm just happy I don't have to follow Steven Spielberg. It's like, well, I guess Steven is here and he's coming out later. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Pocket Hose. Guys, I'm excited to tell you about the world's #1 expanding garden hose and their brand new product, the Pocket Hose Ballistic. As you guys can imagine, I'm not exactly gentle with my gear. I drag hoses across concrete over the pool, yank them around corners. I even coil and uncoil them all the time to put them in my camper van when I go out on my movie meetups. And generally speaking, a lot of them don't last. But the Pocket Hose Ballistic has been a totally different story for me. It's incredibly durable, super lightweight, and just makes the whole job easier. One of my favorite things is how simple it is to use. You turn the water on, it expands. Turn it off, it shrinks right back down to pocket size. And it's reinforced with a liquid crystal polymer, the same kind of material used in bulletproof vests. Plus, it comes with the pocket pivot, which gives you 360-degree rotation at the spigot so it moves with you instead of fighting against you. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text Campea to 64,000. That's CAMPEA to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. Text Campea to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. But guys, Odyssey. It's going to be awesome. It already looks great, but now we know for sure it's definitely going to be under 3 hours. And now we actually have a physical, practical reason why. Do you think that might limit Christopher Nolan? Do you think that might impact the quality of the film? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.